Bill Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. Good morning. On the traffic route here, driving to work. And one of the things I wanted to ask you folks about, when you think about wealth, we all think of wealth is having massive amounts of money in a bank. For some guys, that's driving a fancy car with some shades like mine and a convertible, maybe a beautiful woman at your side. But again, sometimes we miss the things that are really make wealth what real wealth is defined as. Kids that love when you come home, kids that love being in your presence, a wife that has admiration for you. When you walk through the door, the people's eyes glow or light up in your presence. I've had the great honor to understand and live long enough to see when people encounter me, their eyes open wide. Even at work, even the people who hate me, their inflections, their hi, they go up. There's a level of excitement when they see me. You want to be that kind of person. That's wealth in life. Because again, they say money doesn't make you happy, and that is true, but it damn sure makes a lot of other things possible. Wealth is not about how much money you have in the bank. Wealth is about how you deploy that money to enrich your life and the people around you's life. I might make a lot more money than the average person, but that is not money that I have sitting in a bank like I'm Scrooge McDuck. That is money I lend out to other people to make their success possible. That's money that I invest in my children in the form of violin practice, tutoring, which has led them to skip grades. That has allowed my wife to decide whether she wants to work or not, or also if she wants to work at all. She could say, I don't want to do it, and it would be fine. That is wealth. The wealth is the ability to have choice when there is none. I didn't have to go to work and take this drive every day. But again, I wanted to supplement health insurance because health insurance is something that is literally kicking my ass to pay for because it's so damn expensive that you need a large amount of income to account for that. So if you're starting a business and saying, hey, I'm a single entrepreneur, and I'm never going to have a family, I'm never going to get married, never going to have kids, then yeah, going into that business and saying I'm going to have a one-person policy for health insurance, you can do it. But if you're a person that is looking for the destination of having a family, having a wife and children, you're going to have a business that can account for that health insurance. But again, even if you do like I do and have a 9-to-5 that takes care of the health insurance, and then you have a business that's making income on the side, you've got to show your family members that you're investing in them. You show that with your wife by giving her the ability to start to see over time that her choice to or not to work, that affordability separates her from every woman that has to go to work, single or married. It separates her from the rest of the women she sees out there, and what she's going to encounter is a life of women who have either the same or people that have enough wealth to employ others to watch their children who are not of school age yet and see the value of having a mother at home in the child's life. She'll be able to witness it. My wife goes to the library with my son most of the weekdays, my 2-year-old son. And most of the nannies in our predominantly Caucasian area, wealthy area, are African or Black. And sometimes the moms go with them on random days where I think they have off. And it amazes my wife, who's Caucasian as well, the fact that the Black women, the African women, I'm going to assume some of them are African, know the white children better than the white mothers do. Know what they like, the cooking, who gets what. My wife told me there were 2 kids, a nanny, and then the mom decided to go to the library story time. And the nanny had to tell the mom, which should be her damn job, to know which snacks goes to which child. She didn't even know. It's not an indictment on the mother. It's not an indictment on the situation. It is just an example that my wife comes back explains stuff to me and understands the value of her being home, raising our child, and also having the ability. We have enough wealth for her to be able to have that choice. That is what wealth should be used for, to enrich your children's lives and the life around you. Now, I'm okay. Raising a family, doing this is not a burden to me. It's a joy. It's a joy to want to provide for my children, to be able to say, I provided that for you. I invested in you. To be able to tell my wife why we are investing in our children for their better future. And it's not because I'm guaranteed results or I'm guaranteed their love or I'm guaranteed anything in life. It is what I have decided for how I want to lead my family. And that's something that men now have to start holding on to and gravitating to. You've got to decide how you want to lead your family and the way you want to raise your family. And you've got to be resolute in that fact that you're going to do it right. And you're not looking for, well, my wife's going to divorce. I'm not looking for those outcomes. They're always possible if you play the game. You may not want to get married. You may not want to have children. Well, the only way you could definitely not have children is not have sex. But men play around with this notion and end up getting a girl pregnant. Now you're into the family. You have to compete with me, even if you're not with the woman. And now you got a kid in a broken home because you weren't looking and preparing for that. Well, then why have sex? Why engage with women then? You can't practice in all the games and then get mad when life or God or whatever you believe in decides to put you in to pitch or hit at a point when the game is on. And now you're actually hitting and you got to run the bases. But again, you're never prepared for it, so you don't have the tools because you were just practicing all the time. You never prepared to play the game. You just got a lot of men out there trying to decide on what part of the game they're going to play when you're all in the moment you're on the team. The moment that you step on the field, you're in play. Hell, even a spectator can get hit or killed with a baseball that flies and a foul. Don't matter, man, woman, child, we've seen it happen where people get hit by baseballs or have to catch baseballs or defend from them, and they're not playing in the game. Even a spectator can experience, hazards by way of being along with a sport. Just because you go to a football game doesn't mean that you can't encounter the weather conditions. It's cold for the players. Yeah, it's also cold for your ass. So I say that all the time. You got to be resolute in what you do. And you got to understand that wealth is something that not only does money work for you, but money works for you in many different ways. And the one thing that separates what we think in our mind as wealth of being that I've got to have all this money tucked away in the bank. And wealth is how you deploy it. It's the ability for you to have choice in life. To be able to say, I don't need to do all of that, or it's a choice where others don't have a choice. That is what wealth is. Even wealthy people have their money working for them in servitude to the businesses that they own or provide for or goods. No wealthy person is sitting in here with large amounts of money in the bank like Scrooge McDuck. Their money is working for them. It's being deployed to enrich others' lives out there so they can become wealthier. That's what we're missing. We're missing that from the conversation. It's the ability to employ and deploy that money for the benefit of not just yourself. And the sooner men, as supposed leaders, understand that, the better things will be, in my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but you can comment below. Don't forget my book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, and Beginner's Guide to Vacant Land Investing is on Amazon. You can purchase it by checking the link in the description section. I'm your host, Philip Davis. Remember, folks, you'll be owned as property or you're going to own property. You got to do one or the other, but don't think they're not coming for you. Go to ancestrylands.com to own yourself some property so you're not owned as property. Phil Davis, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Have you ever wondered how some individuals amass wealth through vacant land investments? Here's your answer. We introduce the perfect solution: Getting Dollars from Dirt, a beginner's guide to vacant land investments, written by author Philip Davis Jr. and also owner of Ancestry Lands. Uncover tried-and-true strategies and expert advice to navigate vacant land investments, even as a novice. This book simplifies the process, offering practical steps toward financial independence. Learn to spot lucrative opportunities and boost your returns. Getting Dollars from Dirt equips you with the confidence and knowledge for wise investment decisions. Seize this incredible opportunity. Get your copy now and embark on your journey to wealth. Click the link below to order. Start building your fortune today.